Hey, how you going, everyone? Yes, hello, good morning. In my hungry monkey pajamas. It's like early in the morning, and I've just gotten up and just decided to just air my thoughts. Basically, a lot of the media coverage that we've had lately is about the abuse of taser use within the West Australian Police Force. About a month ago, a few weeks back, the Corruption and Crime Commission of Western Australia, who we call the Triple C, did an investigation into taser use. Well, they said it wasn't an investigation as such, but they said it was a report into the misuse of tasers because there'd been a number of incidents and complaints made against our West Australian police officers and their use of the tasers. Basically, the tasers were brought in to reduce the use of firearms, and the police said that they would want to use a taser rather than drawing a firearm, which can cause more injury. But what you would be surprised to know is that firearm use has actually doubled since the introduction of the taser. So I don't understand why, if a taser was used to replace a firearm, why is the firearm use doubled? I just don't understand that, and I'm sure none of yous do too. Basically, I've watched a lot of the coverage in the media, and in particular I watched Insight on the SBS the other night. And basically what shocked and disgusted me was there was not one Aboriginal person within that Insight room, and yet the Triple C report stated that there was a huge overrepresentation of Aboriginal people being hit with the taser as a form of compliance. The West Australian Police have policies in place that state that tasers are not to be used whatsoever as a use of compliance. Now, yet this is what all our West Australian police officers are doing. They're using it as compliance, and it's being used, right, a lot against Aboriginal people. I mean, what is going on? And they say there's no institutionalised racism, no systemic racism, that our criminal justice system and our Western Australian Police Force are not entrenched with racism. I mean, come on, peoples, what's going on? I see this every day. All our mobs see this every day. Like, this is knowledge. We know this. You know what I mean? But the government always want evidence. And so now we have the evidence with the Triple C report with the taser, which shows that it's used disproportionately against Aboriginal people. And I mean, and we know as Aboriginal people, we are abused time and time again by the police force because they look at us like we're the scum of the earth, the lowest of the scale, when in fact we're the oldest living culture on the earth, and we scare them. That's why they treat us the way that they do, because they live in fear of us and our strength and our power, our culture, our knowledge that has spanned longer than anyone can ever claim. You know what I mean? And that's something that they can never ever take away from us, and we hold that proud in our hearts, and we always will as Aboriginal people. But what is pissing me off about the taser is the Insight show on SBS the other night. I personally feel, as an Aboriginal person, that Carl O'Callaghan's media team went into overdrive. Oh my God, the West Australian Police are being shown badly on an international level. They've abused the taser. We have this man on camera being abused. He was actually shot over 24 times in total, with both incidents. And I think that, this is just so disgusting. And this is from a West Australian Police Force that is supposed to uphold public safety. Now, how is it upholding public safety by tasering and torturing a man? You know what I mean? And an Aboriginal man, and it's like one of our elders said, it was Dean Collard or Jim Morrison or Uncle Ted Wilkes, one of them three. They said, actually it was Bev Manton from the New South Wales Aboriginal Land Council, actually, and she stated that if this was in Abu Ghraib prison, these people would be, charged with crimes against humanity, man. I mean, come on, torturous treatment. But what? Because this is one Aboriginal man, in an East Perth lockup, they don't care. You know what I mean? So what do? Oh, they go into overdrive. Let's discredit this Aboriginal man. Let's talk about his history. Isn't that slander? Aren't they? Why are they allowed to give out his criminal history and talk about Mr. Spratt, like he's no one? You know, he is an Aboriginal man and a strong man who has come out and spoken out against the system. And for all yous mob who are wondering why it took him so long to speak out, yous don't understand what our people go through in prison. If you talk while you're in prison, all the buddies get together, you'll be abused, you'll be mistreated, everything will happen to you. This is why our mob don't talk while they're in jail. And they might be serving 3, 4, 5 years, but they'll wait until the end of their sentence before they say anything. You know, and it's because they have no protection, and that's what we need. We need protection for our people in jail. We need so much protection. We have got so many men, women and children who are being abused by police, you know, who are being flogged, who are being battered, you know what I mean? They are being abused by prison guards as well, and they have no protection. You know, we have people in there who have been sexually assaulted by police officers and they have no protection. The abuse has gone on and these people have no support, you know, and this is what our people go through. So you know what, yous mob? The tasers, that's the first bit of evidence that yous have got out about police brutality for our people. And there's going to be more to come, and I can promise you that. Alright, listen to us people when we talk to yous, because we are treated so cruelly. We have been flogged, bashed, our people get raped, sexually abused, everything goes on from this West Australian Police Force, and you need to listen to me. And for all those mob out there that doubt me, all the evidence is going to come through soon, and I'll prove it to you. And if you want me to put it on YouTube, if I'm allowed to, I will. And I can tell you now, the kind of stuff we're investigating at the moment is going to be on the news very soon, so you people need to take close notice, because the abuse is going to stop and our people are going to make it. So thank you, and come along and support us, eh?